today. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans taking on Russell Wilson.
5. Throwing again, it's Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Returnable for Lockett. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And for the first time, we get a look at the veteran Russell Wilson as he gets set to lead yet again this Seattle Seahawks offense.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season,
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for Seattle.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 15 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
The partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing up. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. The 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. Two really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
The numbers for Cooks in that game last week. 8 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. They'll have a tough time.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's a give to Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage, take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Underneath to his running back, complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
These two teams all tied after 1. This is Carson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that was a pleasing run from Phillip Lindsay, coming over from the Denver Broncos to join now a crowded backfield with the Houston Texans. But why is it so crowded? Because they finished 31st in the league last year in rushing, and they're trying to find anyone who can lead them and get that running game moving in Houston.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Lindsay on the toss left. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Here's Watson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
From the red zone now, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll try to run with Lindsay. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Are you serious, dog?
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Aldon Smith. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. 4th down, off goes Watson. On comes Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Play action. It's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. Lindsey now off the read option. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front. Joe Burrow with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Chuba Hubbard, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Lastly, let's check in on our football team at home at FedEx Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. The Cowboys still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So let's glance at a player spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And it's safe to say he has been getting his money's worth in this one.
I would agree with that totally. Being able to go back and launch it and air it out. And let's face it, it's not just him stepping back and flinging it, though. You've got to have someone who can go get it. And that's important for any offense. Someone who can stretch the field, or as they like to say, take the top off of a zone defense. Open things up, because then you can come back and throw underneath and gain some pretty good chunks of yardage as well.
He's ripped the top off of whatever defense they've been playing. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They go play action now. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Carson. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Watson on 1st down. He gets it to Cooks. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Watson looks to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Wilson steps away. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. To throw is Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because...
Touchdown! Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cobb. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again.
Well, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have it, giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice we've done there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They run again with Carson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Myers connects on the PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st down, Watson. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To the air yet again, Watson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Watson. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Aldon Smith showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They go back to Carson here on second. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the Seahawks are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. Try to run with Carson, and he will get into the end zone. It's another
victory, riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Again, that's Hurst. One last throw here for Watson. And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank